Welcome back to Breathe Easy, the podcast where we talk about what's happening in our respiratory department and, more importantly, why it matters at the bedside. Today we're talking about a big initiative for our trach patients, the Trach Standard Work. What it is, why we created it, and how it supports safe, consistent care across ECU Health. I'm joined today by Carolyn Dixon, who's been closely involved in developing and rolling out this work. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to talk about this.
Let's start at the beginning. When we say Trach Standard Work, what are we really talking about?
This is a standardized guideline for respiratory therapists when they're assigned a patient with a surgical airway. It outlines the key safety checks, assessments, and responsibilities that should happen every time, no matter the unit or the shift.
And that consistency is really the heart of this, right?
Exactly. The trach patients are high risk, and variation in practices can lead to missteps. This document creates a shared mental model for RTs, what it looks like every single time.
What gaps or challenges were we seeing that made this standard work necessary, Carolyn?
We were seeing variables in things like how airways were documented in the electronic health records, whether emergency equipment was fully set up, inconsistency in trach care frequencies. This wasn't about performance, it was about system reliability. Standard work helps protect both patient and staff.
And this applies across all adult services with tracheostomy and laryngectomy patients, right?
Yes, with specific guidance for each population, especially around emergency equipment and bedside readiness.
So let's walk through some of the major components. First, documentation.
The very first step is verifying the LDA accuracy. There should only be one active airway, and the trach size and style must match what's documented in the EHR. That's foundational.
And then next, orders.
RT confirmed that the appropriate airway-related orders are in place. Neck breathers orders for laryngectomy patients, and airway management orders for non-vented trach patients. This ensures care aligns with the patient's anatomy and needs.
And I know routine trach changes were another big focus within your work.
Right, 30 days for adults, 7 days for pediatrics. If a trach falls outside that window, there must be documentation explaining why. This improves safety and accountability.
Also, I know that emergency equipment was a huge part of this as well.
Absolutely. The standard work clearly defines what must be at the bedside for adults, pediatrics, and laryngectomy patients, including appropriate airway kit supplies, suctions, and boost setup, oxygen access, and signage. This removes guesswork in emergencies.
And you all looked at daily care, correct?
Yes, trach care is assessed twice per shift. Intercannulars are changed once per shift with the primary responsibility of the RT. And ties are changed daily and dated along with the foam being dated. Responsibilities are clearly shared between RTs and RNs.
So Carolyn, education is included as part of the standard work too, right?
Yes, RTs assess patient education needs and document any teaching. This reinforces that education isn't optional, it's part of safe trach care.
How do you see all of this impacting the culture?
It supports confidence, especially for new therapists, and it creates a culture where doing the right thing is the easy thing.
So Carolyn, if you could leave our listeners with one takeaway, what would it be?
This isn't about adding work. It's about protecting patients and supporting RTs with clear, reliable expectations.
I love that. Thank you and your team for helping bring this work forward, and thank you to everyone listening. As always, take a look at the Trach Standard Work, ask questions, and keep doing what you do best, helping all of our patients breathe easy.